Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Only Football. Max Ballmer and Michael Holder for the final weekend extravaganza, Serie A, and of course the PL. So much in the PL. But first, we're just gonna let's quickly touch on the Europa League.
It was quiet, over the midweek Wednesday. I didn't really catch the first half, but from what I saw, I enjoyed what I saw.
Frankfurt was all over them. They were all over them, and it wasn't like domineering, but there were so many good chances that they should have put away. Like they should have, I would say, at least 3 goals in
the first half?
In the first 90. In the first 90, I would even maybe go as far to say in the first half. A lot of people were complaining about how dull it was, but I didn't really think it was that dull. I actually thought Frankfurt really took it to them, and
team won.
Yeah, when it came down to it, yes they did. And Rangers. The game plan was obviously hit on the break, and they kept them at bay, and they took the lead, sure, but
it was a gift of a goal.
It was an absolute gift.
But you didn't believe in the fairy tale?
No, I didn't. And I was right.
Yes, but it was a fun ride, right? If you were on it.
I was never on that. I was never on for either of them.
Actually. I know, but
I was on it for the big club for this team, Leipzig, not
let you down. Hey, Rangers beat them.
Yes, they
beat them, join them, right? You know what they say?
No, did I call you during the penalties?
Yes,
and say,
before the penalties.
Sorry, before the penalties. I was at work. I was like, Mike, can you put 50 down on me just for Frankfurt to win pens after Kevin Trapp? So because
Rangers could have won it
at the death, and Kevin Trapp made a huge save. And once you saw that, and once we go in pens, I thought to myself, you know what? There's no way Kevin Trapp's not gonna win this. And your boy won it.
He's not. Sure, yes, technically he is my boy.
Who's your boy?
Ramsey, right?
Aaron Ramsey. He won it.
He won it for Frankfurt, yes.
He won for me.
Lost it for Rangers. I was surprised he even got subbed in.
Terrible.
He's not going to be there next year. He didn't help them get there.
Yeah.
Why sub him in? I guess you should surprise signing, but it has no interest in him if he misses or scores. He's still going to get paid.
Yes, yeah, that's I get that. I just don't. I get the whole there's no interest if they miss or score. I think it comes down to the certain situation. Like with Aaron Ramsey, someone's been kind of put on the back burner and just kind of left alone by big clubs, and not even really getting playing time at Rangers. I don't think it's that he didn't care. I think the pressure got to him.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, you have to think about the.
Is that the biggest game of his career? No.
I guess the semis in for Wales would be the biggest game of his career.
Was he suspended for that?
I'm not sure.
I think he might have been.
Okay. Well, then the quarters for Wales was the biggest game of his career. But because Arsenal was irrelevant, really. He was good for them, but he's irrelevant.
He scored a FA Cup.
He was
final
good.
Winner, right? Did he score? Was he the tying goal?
I mean,
I think maybe FA Cup final.
You can put that in there, but that's news to me. I forget.
He should be scoring that.
He would have been around when they were when Wenger was winning FA Cup. So yeah, I guess you could say that was his biggest match.
He had by far, obviously, it was the only penalty that was stopped, but he had by far the worst penalty because all the other penalties were so
top class. We're top corner, bar inside, everything was going side netting
or off the post and then
so there were 3. There were 3 off the post, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't miss those, they're great penalties. They're picture perfect penalties, right?
Unstoppable, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was, beforehand I put Frankfurt in 90. Disappointing when Rangers went up 1-0 because I'm like, that's most likely gone. But I'm still confident that they'll win, but didn't have any interest. Once it went to extra time, I wanted Rangers just because I'm like, let the underdogs do it. Like, with a small club.
That's usually for heart betting, Mike.
What do you mean? I bet with I guess
your heart.
I should have just done Frankfurt to lift trophy. Yes. There you go. But I took them in 90. I was confident in them.
So were we. We had them for both. We had them for trophy and in 90. And frankly, Frankfurtly.
Good one.
I should be put down for that. But anyway, they deserved it. They did. Rangers put their best performance in, based on their game plan, And honestly, in extra time, I would argue that Rangers were the better team.
Yes.
But that could have been part of their game plan too. Is like, just kind of whittle them down physically, Frankfurt that is, and try to smash and grab, get that mistake, and like how they took the lead, and then hold on. Obviously, would be ideal. But then in extra time too, it's like maybe Frankfurt's a little tired because they thought they could
win it by now,
just run at us, right? And I would give Rangers the edge in extra time, but overall, Frankfurt
from what I saw too,
was better too.
Does Gio stay another year?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
of course. I know they kind of slipped up in the league a little bit and like Celtic semi.
So are they going to be in the conference next year, or are they going to be in Europa still? Is it 2?
Europa.
It's 2 for Scotland.
Europa.
Or are they
because first place still has to qualify. First place in Scotland still has to go through like early qualification, like they're qualifying.
No, like round 3.
I think in July, like early, like late June, early July is when I always see Celtic or Rangers starting to do their Champions League qualification.
Oh,
yeah. So it's early. So it's only one. It's
only one for Champions League.
Yes,
and then they get the Europa League.
Yeah,
but they also have to qualify for Europa League, or do they get it?
I would imagine so. I'm gonna say yes, just based on what's like the winner has.
Do they still go by the coefficient thing? They're always changing the rules. I never know at this point. Soccer might be 100 minutes soon, right?
Soccer.
Yeah, soccer. We're gonna have to call it soccer too. That's part of the punishment.
Okay, guys. All right, on to the last week extravaganza, final weekend, Matchday 38. We're gonna start with Serie A with the relegation battle, and then Milan and Inter doing there for the title. So let's just quickly look at the table here at the bottom of the table because Salernitana lost the head-to-head to Cagliari. So Cagliari is 2 points back. So if Cagliari win and Salernitana don't, Cagliari is safe.
Yeah.
So if it's a draw for Salernitana and Cagliari win, that's it.
Correct. And with Genoa, although points-wise they could still survive.
No, they can't. They can't.
I know, but they can't because they're head-to-head.
Yes.
But
they're done.
Yeah, they're done. If you look at it and say, oh, they could tie, but they can't.
Yes,
they actually can't, which is unfortunate.
Thanks for clarifying that.
And yeah, it's who do you want at this point to stay up?
I've been wanting Salernitana since they won 3 in a row. Once they won 3 in a row, I was all in.
Good. That's who I want to.
But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Cagliari is going to pull it out against Venezia, and I can see a draw in that Salernitana match against Udinese. Udinese was the squad or the opponent that started Salernitana's run. Salernitana won 1-0 on the road, and then that's what kicked it off.
Hey,
Udinese can play free, and there's enough quality. There's just enough quality on that team.
Yeah, but it's a meaningless game for them.
It is. And do they have the mentality? You know what?
That's what I think.
And that's fair because you look at players like who they have, like Delafeu, and who else do they have from? Is it Isaac Success? I think they do, right?
Yes.
A lot of just flippity flop players. Now that I think about it, maybe.
They've let Kevin Lasagna.
But a lot of flippity flop players. Now that you mention it, it's like Salernitana have obviously been locked in. They missed the pen last week.
Yes, yeah.
They missed the pen last week, and they would have been safe.
They could have put Everton safe. We'll get to that later, but
yeah.
Now they have to play to the last day. And, if that's a lesson you have to learn, to play well and get it done, that's what you got to do. But
yeah, maybe a draw is not on the cards. Maybe it's more like Udinese come out and they're loose and they're fun and they take advantage and score, or they're just loose and then Salernitana are.
I think it'll be an entertaining game to watch. I think it'll be 2-1. Salernitana.
Okay.
But I think it'll be an exciting game. It might be a dramatic late winner, but I do see them winning that game.
It's more for me almost like how a story would go, and I'm gonna say Udinese win 2 or 3-1, and it's just they just didn't have it. They're gonna get applauded by neutral fans internationally, whoever's paying attention to this, and then it's they gave it their all. They had a great run, good on them, and like they can hold their heads high. That's how I kind of see us going. And Cagliari beating Venezia 1-0. Cagliari is just a dull, boring team.
Yeah, they are.
And that's where I'm going.
But then maybe they go down fighting Venezia. They win their last game, Serie A, although they're relegated. Do it for the jerseys.
You want that?
Yeah.
You're obsessed with those jerseys.
No, yeah, but they're going
Why don't you just get a Nani Venezia jersey? Maybe I should, because I ordered like back in like 2008.
Yeah.
Maybe I ordered a Nani jersey from Manchester, like from the United website, and it never came. I loved Nani back then. I loved him like pretty much the whole time.
Successor to Ronaldo, right?
He was, but I was never ever getting to like that limit, but like I was very excited about him. Like I guess I feel about Nani how I felt like back then. How I feel about Martial, or how I did feel about Martial.
Yeah, maybe you just gotta put your heart with different players when it comes to United.
Apparently, maybe.
But yeah, I think you think Cagliari.
Yeah,
they
I hope I'm wrong.
Out of it?
I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, that's where I'm going.
Well, which one of the Milan teams is racing the Scudetto?
Well, why don't you start? I want Milan, and you want Milan as well.
Yes, of course, for obvious reasons.
I've always liked Milan more than Inter anyway, but yes, financially,
I would say, honestly, like Inter's our rival, or Torino, if you want to go that way. But with Milan, I was like growing up, they always had the best team. So like I like watching them so often. It's like I don't feel as bad like wanting them to win more than Inter, But you're
biased.
I do obviously want to see Milan because I have bias, but 10 years ago, that was the last time Juve were trophyless. And Inter won the Coppa Italia that year, and Milan won the Scudetto. So is history bound to repeat itself?
I hope so. I absolutely hope
I think it is. At this
point.
Okay,
all right. Okay, let's just start with the match. Let's start with Inter and Sampdoria. Inter at home.
Inter's winning.
Inter's walking.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no
there's
the
really
pressure's on Milan.
The pressure is on Milan.
Yes.
On the road to Swallow. Milan's road record has been exceptional.
Yes.
So Swallow often playing them tough. Domenico Berardi loves to like just pop in some goals against Milan. He does, and
it would be a meaningful game for them just to say we could decide the title.
Sure.
Sure.
They
have a great team. Like I never want to face them whenever we have to come around it because it's Berardi. Hopefully we take some more.
They get poached, right? Like they get poached year in year out. Berardi stays put, but like someone gets Boga gets poached. Locatelli
gets
Ferrari's there right now. There's always a couple players that are just
Berardi has to leave. I thought he should have left after the Euros because that was when he was at his highest. I think.
Where was he going last year? Who was he even really linked to? He should have gone like 5 years ago back to Juve when Juve wanted him.
Yeah, but like do you think he had to stay in Italy or he had to? Italy.
I think he's an Italian player, maybe a Bundesliga club, but like if you're going to Bundesliga, like if Bayern's not knocking, then why are you even bother?
Yeah, well, or Dortmund.
Yeah, maybe.
But Dortmund wouldn't go out. They go after the youth, right? That's what they do best.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Like I'm almost comparing Berardi to like
Leverkusen.
And it's just not for him.
Frankfurt.
You look at it's like Italian players, unless Italian players generally stay put.
They say
unless they go to a top club, like a top club, like Jorginho went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Right.
You follow the manager though.
Yeah, and exactly. But Italian
that's
players,
the stigma. He doesn't want it. He's like, I didn't just.
Where's Berardi going? He should have gone to Juve like 5-6 years ago.
It's too late now, but I think he should still. I don't.
He's a great player. Yeah, I've always liked Berardi.
But back to the point. I thought Milan would have
Milan only need a draw, to be clear.
I thought they would have slipped up by now to make this last week even like more. It's like, you had it in your hand, and now it's like you have to hope Inter lose.
Yeah.
They have it in their hands. And
that's irrelevant though. So if they did, it's the same thing. It's like now Inter are banking on Milan to draw.
Yes,
But Milan had a wild run in men, and they've pulled it out every time.
Yeah.
Like late winners, man.
It's 5 in a row, right? They have 5 in a
The
row.
Lazio match, like when I saw like when Tonali scored against Lazio, I was like, I think this could actually happen. They're down 1-0 very early, but then he gets the winner in like the 90 in injury time, and then Fiorentina as well. They were kind of gifted that goal, and
it's still a win. They're still pulling them out.
They've been digging deep, and it's not like they haven't been conceding really. Like defensively, they've been very good. The Hellas Verona match, they went down 1-0, but they dominated that match.
It's what I think it's. How many goals? Like 5 goals since, or 5 to 7 goals since the new year
that they've conceded. They've been just shut down. Mignon, man, I'm telling you, the guy's solid.
He won Keeper of the Year.
Good.
He did.
And then, we'll get into transfer talk.
Do you know who won Midfielder of the Year?
No, I don't.
This is gonna shock you for sure. Guess the team first.
Juventus?
No. No.
This is Swallow?
Inter.
It was Brozovic, wasn't it? Yeah.
No. Was he the best midfielder in the Serie A this year?
I mean, I like the Serie A. I can't say watch.
You watch enough matches to know.
I would never. I would never have, like, honestly.
Surprising.
But maybe you can go by, like, Sandro Tonali's been phenomenal, man. Like he would have won. He's becoming the player that I always expected him to be, man. Always. I have a draw in this match though. I think they win it. They win the Scudetto,
but they draw this match.
It's gonna be tetchy. I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1.
No, I was going 1-0. I see where you're going with that.
I hope you're right. If Milan take a 1-0 lead into like the 60th, I'll be like, okay.
I think they're gonna purposely make the game boring and then just hit them on the counter attack.
Yeah, that's all they need to do, right?
I think they'll get one early and just hang on.
But that could backfire. That could backfire.
It could, but I think they'll get it done. It's in their grasp still at the last week. I thought they would have blown it and handed it off, and they would have been like tied on points going on the last one. It's like in hopes like we have to win.
Well, not tied on points because they had to head, right? But
yes, but they were knowing that they have to win. Right? A tie won't do it. Now a tie can do it.
Yeah.
So I think they definitely will at least get a tie, but I think they'll get the win.
Mm-hmm.
And raise the Scudetto, hopefully.
Oh yeah, quick! Just before I forget, because you hear about United canceling their Player of the Year trophy?
No, I did not.
Yeah, we did.
They didn't announce one?
They're not doing it.
Well, what was the reason?
Why do you think?
You got to give it to De Gea or Ronaldo.
I'm sure both of them have enough class to realize that this was a tumultuous
year. I don't want this trophy in my cabinet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. I when I saw it, I just smiled and nodded. Good because Ronaldo and De Gea had to be 1-2 for it.
So they had to pick one of them.
No, because they have enough self-respect to shut that shit down.
It's not the. Well, as long as you're happy with it.
Yeah.
I think you still gotta say it, right? I think you. That's just my opinion. Whatever.
Could you imagine either of them going up, and like
they don't have to go up and
gather,
just
gathering
them, and they don't have to be there to accept it.
It's a ceremony. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Well, sounds like a United problem.
It is, and you know what? They turned it around nicely by just absolutely ending it. So good for them. Well, I'll give it to them. We'll get to that. Let's just open with them. Might as well.
Yeah.
We'll do the Europa, then relegation, and then the title. I think this episode's actually going longer or shorter than I thought. Okay. United Palace on the road.
How worried are you? Out of 100?
I'm a little less worried now. I was about a week ago, not even, I was going to this match and thinking that we were going to have to depend on West Ham dropping points, being 2 points behind us and having a better goal differential. But I think something has turned the tide, and there's some people coming back. Sancho might be back. Luke Shaw
might be back. Sancho's definitely back. I mean for the game.
For the match.
For the match. Sorry.
Sancho. Where did you?
I was thinking the Van Hall recall, or not Van Hall, Ten Hag.
There we go.
Ten Hag.
So Sancho, Shaw, and Rashford might all be back. Rashford, I could leave, but it's nice to have him as an option. I'll like off the bench, but is it? But Ten Hag's going to be there.
Oh, he's going to be at the match?
Yeah.
So what? Do you think that plays a card into...
Absolutely, because, there's already talks about players,
Is he picking the lineup then?
No.
So if he's there, why... You don't think Rangnick will say, who would you start? Who do you want to see?
No, absolutely.
You're coming to the game. You're the future manager. Who do you want to...
Absolutely not.
You don't think there's any of that going on?
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. No way.
You don't have to, but do you think it's going to happen? Because if he's there, I didn't know he was going to be there. Now that he's there, I'm thinking he's probably going to want to see the players he wants to. Like this could be
absolutely not because Rangnick obviously has a better idea of who to start, and he's going to want us in Europa League. Europa League is you're into the Champions League next season. I think we could win it. If we get Europa League, I think we could win it.
Just focus on getting out of the group stage first, take it one step at a time.
And this is the first step.
Yes.
Exactly.
Making the group stage.
Exactly. So yeah, absolutely no. But him being there is gonna, I think, will light a fire under some very complacent, arrogant players. And yeah, I actually do think we will now pull this out. Maybe somewhat comfortably. I'm gonna go.
3-1.
I'm going 3-0.
I was about to say you're not gonna say clean sheet.
I am.
Clean sheet. They're gonna go out in style.
I'm gonna go for a clean sheet.
So how many Ronaldo get? Is he playing?
2. Ronaldo played. Ronaldo's staying.
No, he can't win Golden Boot, can he?
Yeah, if he scores
like
4.
Yeah,
he's not.
Yeah, if he does though,
Son might win Golden Boot though because
he's
Salah
one
might not
behind.
play.
He's one behind.
Salah might not play.
Is he that hurt? Or he's saving for Champions League?
It's just like it's touch and go, like maybe on the bench kind of thing.
Oh, like last 30 minutes.
But maybe not even on the bench. I'd be surprised to see Salah play from what Klopp said. But yeah, I like us now in this match. I'm not. Vieira would love to do one over on United,
yes,
100%.
And he's riled up after the incidents at.
That's Everton though.
But he's still riled up.
It's Everton. That I'm not really I'm not really taking into the United match. What I am saying is that he would love to do one on United, and Palsabad is solid. Like there's enough in that squad. Defensively, they can be, you can't really rely on them too much. Yeah. But there are some good players there. If they can perform, Anderson
up front, yes, but back
up front,
in
absolutely.
The middle, like in the middle, up front, they could have
they could cause some problems. They could. I'm definitely not going into it arrogantly by any stretch, but I'm going to it cautiously optimistic.
Is Maguire starting or is he done for the season?
No, he's back.
Is he starting? Are you worried if he's starting?
Yeah.
But you think Lindelof and Varane are playing this?
I don't know. I would. I would, and I would say yes, but I can never rule out Maguire because even Rangnick was playing all the time, right? So
he's the captain. He's got to play the last game, right? They need a win. He's got to play.
Well, we got smashed when he didn't play. That was the one time we got smashed and he didn't play. Every other time we got smashed, he was right there. Varane wasn't there, actually. So you know what? No, actually, you know what? You know what it is? Varane and Maguire need to play together, clearly. No. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go for one there. What do you say?
3-0, eh?
I'm feeling... I guess the scoreline's arrogant, but like...
I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah.
I'm going 1-1. I'm going 1-1. I'm sticking with the 1-1.
You are.
I think it's going to be a nervy. It's not going to be easy, and there's nothing this year that you guys are showing that you guys should win this game.
No, you're right. Honestly,
there's nothing you guys are showing this year.
If Ten Hag wasn't going to be there, I was actually leaning on a Palace win.
But because Ten Hag's there,
it's changed obviously a lot for me. I don't want to be too arrogant. I know the scoreline's very arrogant, but I don't want to be too
very, very arrogant.
It is.
And this is not like the United of 10 years ago, that you could confidently say like a 3-0 scoreline.
It's absolutely not. We're competing for Europa League.
When's the last time you said 3-0
for
United?
Europa League. Not all season.
But now in the most important game, that's when they're going to get it done for you. Good luck. I think it's 1-1.
You're really making me feel like this.
Right. You're confident, right? You're a good fan.
I'm
Good on you.
cautiously optimistic with a confident scoreline. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Good luck with that.
That's Mike. I think I've been pretty realistic with United. With
And
my
then now you're being unrealistic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see next week when we do an episode next week. If I was, did I say Everton was gonna beat us?
Yes.
Yeah, I've gotten somewhere, right? Brighton, I know we didn't cover that one. I thought we'd draw. I didn't think we'd get smashed.
Yes.
But I didn't think we'd win that. You know, I have a good rapport with my picks with this clown show.
That's your team. I guess you know better than I do.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
West Ham?
Yes, West Ham, Brighton. Brighton's at home, West Ham on the road. A draw would be lovely. These are two teams.
Is this a meaningful game for Brighton, though?
You know what?
I don't think it is.
It's. I mean, okay.
And they haven't really been good at home this year.
Based on the standings, it's not. I mean, they've picked up so many draws.
Yes.
Based on the standings,
the standings, yeah.
The standings, it's not. But you know, they both like. I just think they just want to end. Like both these teams are. If you're like a neutral, I think you kind of enjoy both these teams. Or you want to see them do their best. At least from my perspective,
yes.
You know, not me right now personally because they're direct rivals with United, which is a shame and just frankly embarrassing. But that's the level United's at. But you know, if you're looking at from the outside in as a neutral, you know, they're two teams that don't necessarily floor you all the time, but they can excite you and they can put up a fight against anyone.
Yes. Man, it really is a meaningless game. But like, can Brighton secure 9th or 10th with a win? Does that? Because I guess that's the only thing that could be a threat to them, right? Because
if they win,
and get some results,
and Wolves, if they win and Wolves,
they go up to 9th.
They can get to 8th.
Oh.
They could get to 8th, depending on Wolves and Leicester's results. And Wolves are probably going to get smashed by Liverpool.
Yes.
And if Leicester don't win which is completely a meaningless match against Southampton, because Brighton could play spoiler.
Yeah, just for extra money for them, because it might make difference for a club like that. But
absolutely.
Other than
and there's pride, and there's also like what's Graham Potter thinking about? Like what can Graham Potter do?
What fan did he grow up? Maybe he grew up a Liverpool fan. He wants United to maybe not get Europa League.
That's a far cry, Mike. You're really reaching on this one.
It's possible. It's possible. I am reaching, but just putting it in comparison to your pick from the previous game. So now you know how you sound like, right? Reaching. But to spare you from you're going to be stressed watching these games, these matches. But I also have a 1-1 tie in this match. But I have West Ham.
I didn't say I had 1-1 tie. I think
I have West Ham missing a glorious chance in the 86 on.
That's pretty specific. I like it. Go for it.
I think they're going to miss that chance. And it's like, oh my God, thank God they didn't miss it because we also drew. And if that chance went in, we were done. I think it's going to be one of those.
Okay. All right.
So it will work out in the end for you. It might be a roller coaster, but I think it will work out for you.
Yeah, you know what I'm, especially when Milan kicks off too. I'm turning because I have my DAZN at the bar, right? It's connected. I'm turning my TV and my phone on or my laptop on at 9:30, just to make sure no one goes down there and turns the TV on early.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting my laptop and I'm putting on Milan at noon. I'm gonna have 3 screens going on Sunday.
Triple screen, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully it's a good Sunday. Hopefully. There has no meaning. Well, no meaning from you, whatever. We'll see. All the people are leaving. They'll get a halas hurrah. We're getting rid of everybody.
Let's take a step up to the Champions League, and Everton won on. I really want them gone. I owe $50. Because they stayed up. Because Palace I really blew that.
They did, but it was just like I really can't see Everton going down. I really couldn't. They were too big of a club, but it was a lot closer than I thought.
It was close. Once Michael Keane scored that, I'm like, they're getting a draw here for sure. But I thought it would still go. I was like, this can still go into last weekend. But they came back, and they did in style. Despite what I think about them, despite the honestly deplorable actions at Vieira, like there's like they're running on the field. What did Vieira do? They're like they're running. They celebrate. Get in the field and celebrate was great. Like honestly, you'd love to see that. I didn't.
Right, no, not for that circumstance, right? Like I can understand.
Stay up.
I can understand.
It wasn't the last match of the season.
If it was like a Huddersfield Town, like that type of club, and they stayed up like their first season, right? I can understand that. Right, their first season ever up, but Everton, you've been there 68 years straight,
but they're
you're celebrating like you just won the Champions League. Like
they've been down there for so long. I know. Yeah,
I want them
gone. I want them gone. You know, Lampard's gonna be fired early next year.
No, I don't think so.
November.
No,
I know. In the chat, I said late September. November, he's gone.
No, I think they'll be like
right before the World Cup.
11th
Right before the World Cup. Think about it. You have a month. To, there's going to be players from that team like Richarlison that's gone. I knew that's about it, really.
World Cup starts when? Like mid-November?
Yeah. He's gone right before that. He has until then. And he'll be gone.
He'll be gone, eh?
He will be.
And then what? He'll be relegation battle.
Can I try to make this up?
No. The relegation battle, no. What? They're fake. Yeah. Which match are we doing?
Well, we got stuck on Arsenal first.
Yeah,
sorry,
Everton. We did.
Because we were going to talk about Arsenal Everton, which just kind of took away the top. It just kind of took away from it because honestly, like
if Palace had won, this game would have meant a lot for Everton and Arsenal, and one of them was going to suffer at least. Yeah. Like one of them was guaranteed, maybe possibly both if they tied. Because a tie for both of them could have been like deadly.
I think Arsenal's going to win. Just to show up and like end the season on a semi-high, not even a semi-high, because it's like they're going to be going to that match like somewhat defeated. I think because Arsenal. Everton's going to be riding high. They just played in a week. They're safe.
Yeah, they're not. I think they're going to be partied out. They're not going to be.
Yeah, I think Arsenal's going to roll them.
I know.
I mean, really, if you're Everton, you should just. Maybe they're partying, maybe they're not. They shouldn't be partying. They should be.
After that scene, they were partying.
Which is
sad.
Honestly,
it's sad.
Yeah, they're the poor man's United.
They're going to be the poor man's Newcastle soon.
I mean, the poor man's Newcastle.
Yeah,
because Newcastle.
They're going to be good soon, Newcastle.
Yeah, but I mean. So,
it's like what they could have
been. United's not even in the conversation.
No, it's Everton. Like they've been spending a lot, right? They've been spending a lot, hoping to get good, and they didn't. But, and then Newcastle, obviously,
they're gonna do it right. They're gonna do it right. So it's like City, actually.
Like this is what you got. You just can't just spend this much. You got to get a billionaire owner, and then you can spend this much.
It's not about that though. The things that Everton has spent so much money, they scouted so poorly. The foundation of the club. Yeah, that's why City. Okay.
They'll get like 5 signings for like 120, and then instead of getting $250 million players.
Right.
That's what I mean. That's
just it. But like City built that up, so you can compare City United, for the last 10 years, more so for City because they have more work to do. But City, like they came in with their owners, and then they put people in charge who knew what to do. They took a step back.
Not right away.
You don't hear
not about right away. They had some purchases that didn't really work.
Robinho, obviously,
the first one.
Sure.
A few others.
But that was years. That was 15 years ago.
Yeah, we're old. Yeah.
That was 15 years ago. Okay. 14. I think it was 14.
It was like we were in high school. Yeah, I know.
14, maybe 13 tops.
Right.
Yeah,
we're getting old.
But they obviously now it's like their owners have nothing to do with it. But then you look at United and it's like glamour signings, But City, they put for the money they have and where they are, they put £50 million signings in there.
Yeah.
Everton have I think we all saw it when Liverpool beat them, how much more money they'd spent than Liverpool in the last 5 or 6 years.
And it was more.
And it was significantly more.
It was like 80, 100 million.
That's significantly.
Yeah,
That's
okay. Yeah.
It was like 600 to like 500,
Yeah.
maybe more. I thought it was like 150. But Newcastle, if they need to put that, they need to approach it like City has. Like get the right people in charge of scouting and making those deals and just take a step back. Everton clearly has not done that.
No,
not at all.
No.
I'm gonna go Arsenal 2-0.
Yeah, that's what I had too. Yeah, 2-0 Arsenal. It should be, hopefully, they end on a high, because this season, I think if Arsenal fans look back, I think it's still a success. I know you didn't make you didn't think you were going to make top 4.
Let me ask you this
to begin the season. I think they realistically didn't think so.
Who had now that it's all said and done? Well, it's not said and done. Okay, if Arsenal, if Spurs fuck it, then it's different for Arsenal. But Spurs are winning, or at least they're not losing. Can we just? Do you have anything to say there?
Yeah, they're not losing.
Although there are rumors about Lasagna Gate yet again. Apparently, Spurs players are getting sick again.
I think I think Gary Lineker tweeted that there might be food poisoning in the Spurs camp, but I think I did some few other clicks, and I think it might just be Harry Kane. Harry Kane is feeling under the weather,
but he should be okay.
Yes,
he should be okay.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's that would be really something if that repeated itself. And Arsenal were the team that needed to catch them yet again.
Yes,
yet again. Now, what I want to ask you here, because all right, we're both on the assumption that Spurs will at least get a draw, unless they are completely devastated by this. Who now that we're here, who's had the worst season, United or Arsenal? What's more of a letdown? What's more of a letdown?
United.
I honestly disagree.
Really?
I do.
Okay, let me hear you thinking for this. Talk me through
everything that I've said about United this season, how absolutely abhorrent it is. Going into the season, I thought the top 4 was a lock. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United. Okay. All right. But I never thought that we were actually in contention to win at least a major trophy. So Champions League, or we didn't address the midfield. So that was always like a glaring problem that was never going to result in big silverware. Maybe we could snake the EFL Cup or the FA Cup, which were arguably the furthest trophies we were from.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get those, which, Ram says United. But you know what? There's been so much drama and things coming to light that now, I've gotten the man that I've wanted in since since before Ollie was fired, since Navas went to Bayern, which was Ten Hag.
Okay.
All right. And so the shakeup here, the shakeup hasn't even really started. It's still, the shakeup started, but it was drama until honestly a month ago. And
when you announced Ten Hag.
When yeah, exactly. Yeah, when we announced Ten Hag. And but that's where I'm at. It's we exposed that's the future. Yes, but you know what? Arsenal didn't have anything else to play. There's no European competition whatsoever. And you know what? That's fine. So going into the season, we all knew this. We all knew that.
Did you expect them to come top 4 though?
No. But they were in the driver's seat. But they were in the driver's seat. That's what I'm saying.
They were put in a position where they didn't think they would be, and they
fucking blew it.
And they blew it.
And they blew it big time. And you know what? United's still a bigger draw than Arsenal. This is going to hurt Arsenal more. If we get Europa League, this is we're a bigger draw, especially with Ten Hag coming in, especially if Arsenal just did this.
They'll be in Europa League too.
Yeah,
and they might win it
under Arteta.
What if they win it?
Under Arteta, who just blew us. Arsenal is always a smaller club than United, so if they're in the same European competition, that is an issue for them. This is going to hurt them more. If we get 6th, this is going to hurt them more. And the fact that they were in the driver's seat for the last honestly 2 months, it was
5 weeks.
You are nitpicking.
Oh, you're 5 weeks.
Mike.
There were some double games in there.
What do you mean?
So
they were ahead the whole time. 2 months ago, they were still comfy.
No, they were
5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago, I think Spurs were maybe starting to get back into it. Spurs were like arguably less of a chance for top 4 than us. Not for me. After Watford, no. But you were the one who was saying that we still had a chance.
You did up until like a month ago.
It was 5 weeks. Exactly. We had a chance. You're saying we had a chance for a month ago. I was saying we were done against Watford. That was that was
I know,
March,
but I'm saying
that was March.
Okay.
Early March.
All right. No, it's definitely the more disappointing season for United. I see that you're putting a lot of future assets. I think you know what? It was a bad year, but we set ourselves up for the future. But this year was still bad.
At this point now, though, I'm saying
starting the next season, you will be above.
If you had asked me at the beginning of the season, of course I would say yes. But now we're here right now.
You're still saying Arsenal are the more disappointing because they blew it.
They absolutely the sugar.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. It's a massive sugar coating. If Spurs blow it, it's a massive sugar coating. All right, don't get it twisted.
So yeah, Spurs blow and Arsenal win, then you change your answer, right?
Of course.
Win or lose.
Of course, but I don't think they're going to. I'm confident Spurs are at least going to draw against Norwich.
Okay, maybe. I don't know.
Conte won't let that happen. He will not let that happen.
That'd be a stain on his legacy.
No, because
he'll just jump ship, eh?
These guys can't deal. These guys can't deal.
It's not his fault.
No. Yeah.
I guess we can just talk about the scores for Tottenham Norwich, right? We pretty much have winners both. Do you want to expand into that game?
No, we're good enough. 3-0.
3-1. Okay. Norwich will score at home.
Yeah, we'll spread it out a little. Okay. Okay. Now to the bottom of the table, and let's open up with Burnley Newcastle. No, actually, we should open with Brentford Leeds. Leeds have to chase.
Yes.
Leeds have to chase. So Leeds.
Is this a nothing
need to
game?
Outscore them.
Yeah, they have to win
based on points. No, they don't have to win. They could draw and Burnley could lose.
Yes, but if they win,
you have to go in this game expecting to win. Yes. Burnley at home against Newcastle as well. I wanted both these teams up, and honestly, like regardless of Everton.
But if you had to pick one now, it's Leeds, right?
It's
okay,
Leeds.
Good. We're on the same page.
It's Leeds, but you know what, man?
Remember what they did to Sean Dyche. Remember that. They deserve to go down.
That does pain me somewhat.
Exactly. Just remember that.
It does.
And you'll feel a lot better about your decision.
It does. But no, I'm not sighing because of that. I absolutely want Leeds. I'm just, James is out, Ailen's out. Dallas is obviously injured. Is Bamford injured again? He's doubtful. My goodness.
I don't think he came back. Did he ever come back?
Yeah, he played 23 minutes. Oh,
yeah,
no, he didn't. No, he didn't. That was
because I always saw him like on the sideline. I know when they scored that goal.
Imagine, man, just he's been out the whole year. He's played 9 matches, man. 9 matches. That proves
how good he is. Important for that team, I should say.
Of course. He's not DCL. Where are you telling me this? I'm talking about Calvin.
Okay, here we go.
That's the dickhead that fucking got everything up.
Who do you think survives?
Burnley.
You want Leeds to survive?
Yeah, none more than marginally. I don't want Leeds to go back down. I think what I do think though is that I think both these teams will be up the next year. I think Leeds.
So whoever stays up is going to stay up again. That's what you're saying?
No. I'm saying whoever goes down will be up the next season.
Okay.
I'm thinking that Leeds, you can say they made a mistake by giving Bielsa too much time, but they also John very upset with the fact that they didn't fire him soon enough or they didn't make enough signings. But to me, that's on Bielsa, and they gave him respect. Like he got them up. He's a renowned manager.
They give him the respect that he was due.
And but to a fault. It was obviously to a fault because he was very picky. And they didn't make signings. They were threadbare all year, right? And then in January, they still don't make signings, even though they're threadbare. And then they fire him like a month in like February, right?
Yeah.
Or like early March. And then so there's argument that the Leeds manager or ownership screwed up by not forcing him to make signings. They're showing him respect. They are.
Yes.
They could have fired him. Maybe they should have. This belly buttons.
The style of play caught up to them, and
Yes.
they needed to either change it or, and I guess Bielsa wasn't changing it, so they changed it for him by getting rid of him. Was it a bit too late?
It was because if they did it before January, then they could have brought someone and be like, okay, we're gonna help you with some signings. Have some people lined up. What do you think? Like you can't be so.
Do you think they want to give him signing power? If they did it earlier?
Well, I think they would. I do think that Leeds management did want to actually purchase players. I just think that they weren't
Bielsa's players?
Yes, they weren't Bielsa's players, and that was the issue. So they kind of got caught. So with this season, like if they get relegated, I can see Marsh. I think they should stick with Marsh. I think they should at least give him another go.
Yeah,
he has some pedigree. He totally botched it at Leipzig.
I don't think it would be on him if they went down.
No, I agree.
And I think he should have the starting manager position next year for the team. But I think if it doesn't work out, I feel as though because I would hope Marsh doesn't walk away from this because if he can get them back up,
I don't see why Marsh would.
I know. That's the only way I could see it not
for him
panning out. I don't think they would fire him.
But for him too, it's like where do you get off walking away?
Where do you go?
Like you did good at Salzburg, Leipzig, the family, like New York. Salzburg, it was a family, right? Yeah. And now you've gotten the second chance. You're not going anywhere, please.
Because New York won too, right? They won. So
he did a good job those two. Then Leipzig, nothing. And Guy was ready with that. Guy said the beginning of the season, no faith in Jesse Marsh, and ready he was. So yeah, I can see him bouncing back up. And then Burnley, they had this new ownership, American ownership, which is often dubious, but there's a lot of positive talk, which you can take with a grain of salt. From what I've seen from Gage, I do kind of buy into it. I think he does really want to be, England's kind of underdog, and I think you've already seen, with the Weghorst, and I think you've seen not exactly vintage Burnley. It's in the last, but even the last half year, it hasn't been a lot of low scoring. Not to say it's because the defense has been struggling with Tarkovsky, Neo, or anything like that, but
they're scoring more than what they usually do.
Yeah,
and the games aren't. Yeah, they usually play 1-0 boring games that Burnley's play. I don't want to watch.
Yeah, the philosophy is somewhat changing, but right now it's you can't abandon that, especially right now.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't abandon it on Sunday either. I would go in. That's the thing. Tarkovsky, I think, will be back, but
knowing that Kyle will probably do it for you.
I don't think he's back. So yeah, I'm going to go draws in both these. Brentford's no. I'm going to say Brentford win.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
I think Brentford win. I think
2-1
Brentford are a good team. I think they're you can say what do these teams are to play for? Brentford's first year up. They're just trying to enjoy themselves, get as many wins as possible.
Or do they do a favor? Hey, it's both. Actually, no.
Brentford at home too. They don't care. They don't care. They were competing with Leeds.
Yeah, they might do an Eriksson farewell.
He might be staying. Actually, that's big. I think
really
there's a decent chance.
I heard Spurs won.
Spurs United have the most heavily linked.
Ten Hag wants him
on the free, as to add some depth. Do that benches.
Yeah, I guess you're losing Mata. You need a role model, exactly. Someone who could still do it if called upon.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad. Yeah, but I have 2-1 Brentford for this. It sucks for Leeds because they need a result. Sure. At least.
2-1. They keep it tight too. It's maybe if we get a draw, maybe Burnley lose, right?
It's unfortunate.
I have a draw for Burnley.
Burnley.
Newcastle. Burnley's at home. Or 1-0.
No, I have 2-1 Newcastle.
Oh.
2-1 Newcastle.
Oh, both of them losing. Hey, they haven't finished
your song. Newcastle, I think they finished your song.
I would Dan Burn. Legend. Dan Burn's a fucking legend.
In a year and a half, he won't be starting for them.
That's right. He
won't be.
He's the literal cornerstone of that team.
The guys. In a year and a half, he won't be starting because they would get player better than him, but
Yeah.
I do love him. Yes, I do love him, but I'm being realistic.
That's fair. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I would love to see that man get into coaching because honestly, like he reads the game extremely well.
His
His passing is
fucking
good.
so tall. he can see above everyone. His reading of the game should be good.
Yeah, fair play. Okay, let's jump to the top of the table. Liverpool. Honestly, Liverpool Wolves. I've got to. I don't. For me, I don't have to spend too much time on this. Salah might be out. Van Dijk still might be out because. But look at that. Look at that squad rotation against Southampton midweek.
And they still got it.
They got it done. And honestly, like they went down with a great goal from Redmond, but they dominated them.
Yeah, I had Liverpool and both teams to score.
Well done.
It was. I think it was like I'm like the squad rotation that has to like
they have to concede.
Yeah, they have to. They have
right.
to. But I still think they'll win, which is good. Not that much.
A few hundred?
No, it was like 70. It was paying like
3.5.
No, I was paying 2.87. 2.87.
All right, decent. That's all right.
I did a same game, so that way if Liverpool went up 2-0, I would cash out there, and then I would just need something for this. I did it the safe way. But yeah, I think this is going to be 2-0. It won't be like.
I think it's good. I think it's going to be ugly.
You think so? I think they'll just focus on getting the win.
Run the score up. I'm going to 4.
I think they're just going to focus on getting the win.
Wolves have been. Wolves fell off the last month. I'm going 4.
4, eh? No,
yeah.
2-0.
That's fair.
They don't need to get a goal difference. They don't need the goal difference, right? They just need to win. They just need to win.
Right.
But I guess now we go to City. It's in City's hands.
City at home against Gerrard. Is Gerrard make up for the slip?
No. I would have felt more confident they beat Burnley on Thursday.
I was really worried because up until like 2 days ago, when someone brought up, I thought Villa was at home. I was like,
no, if they were at home, it would be Pep would be worried. I would be worried if I was Pep. At home,
my fears
you can't blow this at home.
My fears, man.
You cannot.
For me, the thing is that my fears have been slightly, actually, almost more than allayed because of the fact that City's at home. But after they drew each other, Liverpool and City, I guess Lingard will now compare himself to Origi, another departing legend. That, I mean, that's the kind of came out of left field, but I'm not.
Did Lingard score the FA Cup winner?
He scored against Astana sometime. Remember when we played Astana in the youth team? I remember that. You remember that, Rom? I do.
City aren't blowing
this.
It's a clown. City are not blowing this. As much as I want them to, they are not blowing this. And I'm not saying that so like it happens.
Yes, yeah.
I like
patent reverse jinx.
I'm honestly saying like it. The only time I'll be worried about City bottling it is if they don't score in the first half. But I have them scoring in the first 20 minutes.
They're
scoring in the first 20 minutes, and then it's just gonna be like a 3-0.
What I was worried about, especially when I thought that Bill was at home for a second for a couple of days. Like honestly, after they drew West Ham for like I think until like Tuesday. At some point, I was like, oh my goodness, like Bill's at home.
They could do it. I would feel more confident,
but after they drew Liverpool like 2-2, if it was just like riding out based on,
you mean City?
What really got me worried was the fact that they actually dropped points. If Liverpool had not dropped points and City had not dropped points, and it was just going to this match, even if it was at Villa, it's like all right. But now it's like you missed a penalty in the 88th.
What can go wrong will go wrong.
Is that a little bit. And again, it's just so sad as a United fan that I'm like full out cheering for City. Like that's. It's just,
that's what Klopp said. Didn't Klopp say?
Rob, I agree. I do agree that City and Liverpool both win.
Yes, yeah.
I'm going 3-0 there.
3-0 for both?
Yeah. No, 4-0 for Wolves. I'm going to go 3-0 for City.
Yeah, okay. I have 3-0 and 2-0 for Liverpool. I swear, let me see. I don't know if it was true or not, but I saw the TikTok, and it had a quote from. I didn't save it like an idiot. From club.
Can you remember?
It was his greatest achievement is in winning the Champions League or the league with Liverpool. Like for Liverpool, he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He said his greatest achievement is making all these Man City fans.
He said that?
Yeah.
Klopp said that?
Yeah. I don't know if it's true or not, but I chuckled. I chuckled because it's kind of true. It's kind of true. And you just proved it. You flat out just proved it. But he's funny. Come on, if you weren't a direct rival of him, you would laugh at that. Come on, because you're steaming. If there was steam effects coming out, it would be coming out right now. But
I didn't say that.
No, there's
no way.
I really hope it's true. I really hope it's true. But I don't think City will blow this. You know, if they'd lost to West Ham, I would feel a lot more confident in Liverpool getting the quad, but they're just going to get a backdoor trouble, as you would say.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Still a trouble, though.
99 best Prem team of all time.
Best Prem team or best team? Because best Prem team
Brest
would be.
Brest is a good team. They're in League and wrong.
Would be City's 100. I think City's 100 would be the best Prem team.
The best team in the Premier League era in England.
The best team.
I'm saying best English team of all time, 99.
Technically, the best English team of all time is 66.
That's fair. That's the only English team of all time.
But no, congratulations to Pep. You got the Premier League. That's the trophy you really wanted. And you got it. So I hope it was worth it. You know, another Champions League collapse. What?
Who's Stu MC?
United, Arsenal, Chelsea, United, City. Yeah, it is usually a 2-team race, no matter what season.
Which team do you see there twice? I know which team.
Okay, here we go. That's what you take out of it?
We're coming back. Honestly, give Ten Hag 3 years.
3 years, eh? Do you think he'll stop the keys after 3 years if they don't do anything the first two?
What's anything? You know what? No, let's save that for the transfer window. Okay, we'll get into that in a couple weeks. Maybe we'll take a week off to the Champions League. Next week, we'll do a little review, and then we'll do a little preview.
We'll have to do a...
we have to review the weekend on Monday.
And a preview of the Conference League, right? This is when it finally makes its debut on our podcast, the Conference League.
Sure.
Avoided it the whole season until the finals.
All right, Stu MC, the only problem is Klopp and Pep have taken the piss out of the EPL. Why? Because German Spanish football is superior to kick and chase British football. I mean, when you look at I would have to disagree because honestly, Spanish football is generally it's pretty slow. I mean the tactics and the passing, absolutely. Bundesliga, extremely high pace, and English football is not by any stretch. I mean, I guess
it's the most physically demanding,
and they maybe have changed it. Maybe
it's so simple.
What I will say is with Stu is that it's they have kind of implemented different philosophies, but
it's working for both of them.
Sure,
to great success, and it's not I guess Pep has done it everywhere, right? It's his style of play. He did have with Barcelona, he did have the players, and Spain winning Euro 2008 was, I think, big for the Barcelona players.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pep just came with Messi, used him in the perfect position, and then boom, he's good. Right? He's maintained greatness, but he's maintained greatness in, I guess, it's a weird league fashion. So 4 out of every 5 games Pep's teams play, how they're going to play, and they're going to win 4 to 5. Right. But when it comes to tournament style,
they can get
it's a different style. Like over the course of the season, you're going to win 30 or 38, right? But in the tournament, you might slip up back-to-back games, and that's what costs you to be out of a tournament. And that's what I think he hasn't really developed over his career.
Would you say that's what Stu's saying? Though, is that his style and Klopp's style, which Klopp was actually
back to back,
basically,
Dortmund,
but also like a bit of a disciple from Rangnick, along with Tuchel and others. But them coming into the PL and kind of revolutionizing and taking charge now.
Tuchel hasn't done it so much in the PL.
No, I'm not saying Tuchel. Okay. I'm not saying Tuchel. I'm saying
sorry.
like Klopp and Klopp taking over, and kind of changing it. I never really, especially even since before Klopp and Pep got here, I wouldn't necessarily say that it was utterly kick and chase for the last 5 years before they even got here. Like, it was absolutely developing. There was you can look at Mourinho and say that it was counterattacking, parking the bus and counterattacking, but
Pep's main failing is he is far too romantic. Klopp has actually been a pragmatic when needs be to control European ties. Yeah, it's weird because what?
Yeah, I mean, is he pragmatic? Because if he's pragmatic, you're not overthinking it.
Yeah, I don't think Klopp overthinks it.
But I'm saying Pep. Sorry, pardon me. Sorry, is Pep being romantic?
Yes, he does. He's a romanticist. I agree.
Because he's overthinking it.
Yes.
And if he was pragmatic, you're not changing anything. You're just doing what you
last year's Champions League final lineup proved it. Mm-hmm. He played other game all season without a CDM, and they lost it. Right. And then he decided to do it again because he was like, you know what? I want this Champions League final to be remembered because of what I did. Right? Just believe in the players that got you there. Why are you trying to overthink and win it your way when you got to this point because of your players? I agree with that.
Is Pep the personality from that club?
City?
And the players are not? Whereas,
he drills you to be in his system, and if you're not in his system, he doesn't play you.
With Klopp and Liverpool, are the players more of like an equal personality with Klopp? Is it more like a Pep hierarchy with City, wherein Klopp is kind of more of like a family?
He's still like the king, but he listens more to his players. He's more in tune with his players.
Sure.
Right? He's not so engraved with his own thinking. Right? Even when Pep does interviews, he does some reporters how do you deal with players that aren't happy with playing time? What did you do as a player? And he's like, I was a great player. I always played. And it's like, oh, here we go. It's always about him. It's always about him. You can't just answer the question.
How dare you put me in this chair?
You're the guest. You get to come to your chair. I have not no back support.
I'm really just taking this nap. Sorry.
My God. I'm giving you the comfy chair. I'm giving you the comfy chair.
Okay, quickly. Stu says, no, he wants to win a certain way. He doesn't resort to set plays or whooping and early crosses. It's his philosophy. It's his philosophy is overbearing. So his philosophy is overbearing.
Honestly, it's I don't know. I just hope. I obviously always want Pep to fail, but he's proven me wrong years and years and years over. But to me, he's an all-time great coach.
I think what's
obviously that's you can't not say
Pep?
Yeah,
of course.
Can't not.
What Stu's getting at too, and he's talking about Real and Zidane right now is it's more like the simplicity of it. It's obviously you have your system and the effort obviously needs to go in there, and everyone needs to be well drilled and know what they're doing, but it doesn't need to be so fine tuned. It is fine-tuned.
It is fine-tuned, but not to the detail, right? Yeah. It's like you just gotta let the players play and make their own decisions, right? You can coach them to say this situation is going to present itself this many times in this match. It's when it does, do this, right? Yeah. Right? But if it doesn't, I trust in you to be able to solve the problem the other team throws at you. I trust you, right? But you just so when they overload here, this player draws here, that's Pep. Right, it's all a system, and you got to buy into it. And I it's worked. No complaints. But for the big games, he's never going to be the big. He has to win a Champions League without Messi to be the best ever. He has.
The thing is,
and I don't think
look back to that. Look back to that first with City and Real, and
You should have. That's not on him, though.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and Real were there.
Second leg is maybe on him, though. Maybe.
That's to a point fair. They were so decent in that leg. A lot of people saying that City were by far the better team in the league. I disagree. I think it was pretty well even, and they blew it.
Yeah.
But that first leg, is just.
It should have been 4-1.
It should have been easily, and Real presented that to them, especially not having Casemiro like playing 3/8 in that match. 3/8 in that, like you're playing. What was it? Cruz, Valverde, and Modric, I think, in that match, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like that midfield was wide open, and they should have put it away. And Stu, it's cutthroat at the business end of the UCL. Milan 0-3, Porto 4. Yes. I mean, that's what it is for any team. Like, whoever gets it done.
But he doesn't know how to win ugly.
Gets it done.
He doesn't know how to win ugly. And sometimes that's all it takes to win ugly.
Yeah, okay. But we're still in accordance here that City's going to pull it off.
Yes. What do you think? Did you hear? So they have the real trophy is going to be in Manchester, and they're going to have a fake trophy
in Liverpool. Oh, what?
What are your thoughts on that?
That's pressure on City. That's
just so if results go Liverpool away, they still have a trophy to hold, but it's not the real one.
That's pressure on City. That's what that is. I think if you're Liverpool, you're drinking out of it. You know, you're like maybe just like cocaine rim on it. The whole.
But you have to do that if you're the EPL, right? You do have to do that.
But
because it's in
is this the first time they did that? Like when
City did against United, I think it was
same
similar,
thing. Yeah. Same thing. And so City had it, and United had the fake one.
Yes.
I mean, it's not the first time, and I guess that's the way to go.
It is.
It is the way to go, but I think it's if anything's in City's head, like that's it. Stu, the fact Casemiro is immune to second yellow, dude. Honestly, I could not believe he didn't get a yellow in the seventh minute. He should. I wouldn't say that he would have committed a second yellow had he picked up that first one in the 7th minute on De Bruyne, but like both of them, shocking.
Yes,
everyone knows, like shocking, especially as someone who had Casemiro at least one yellow in that match. I was pissed. I was fucking livid. Like, what is this ref doing? Same with fucking.
I'm telling you, the commotion afterwards is what distracted the ref from the. I'm telling you.
No, you can't forget that as a ref. That's obvious. You can't forget that as a ref. Anyway,
I think that
same with the Europa League Cup final. That ref was not pulling out cards at all.
No,
arguably on Rhoda could have been red. Easily should have been yellow. Foot goes in the head. It was light, but Rhoda goes like this. Anyway, there should have been 4 yellows in that first half. Easy. I think he called 1 yellow in 90, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Stu and Rom, thanks for checking in. Rom, pleasure as always. Stu, come on back. Tell your friends.
Appreciate the feedback too.
Yeah. Like, subscribe. We are on Instagram at OnlyFootballPod. If you just want to keep on talking some football, give us a follow and we'll give you one back, and let's chat the game. We'll be back on Monday.
Yep. Hopefully with the quad still possible. Sorry.
Blow me. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you on Monday, and
see.